Hello and welcome to Eastenders Weekly, your weekly podcast all about Eastenders. This week we're discussing episodes from the 28th of May to the 1st of June. So we're back from holiday.
Yes, 3 hours ago.
Had a really nice time. Watched 4 episodes of Eastenders, now I feel quite sad.
Yeah, came back refreshed, feeling good about life, and then watched 2 hours worth of
Quite a sad week this
sadness.
week.
Yeah, really sad week. Poor old Carmel, eh?
Yeah. Well, at least Bonnie Langford got to show her full range of acting this week.
Well, if a full range is angry and sad, manic,
Greasy hair and no
greasy
makeup.
hair. I know, she looked awful, didn't she? Really.
So shall we start off this week where we ended last week of, well, basically everyone's mourning poor Shakil, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's the next day. I think it's the third day, isn't it? So if we're going,
It's like a few days, I think.
Yeah, if we're chronologically looking at it, we're the weekend was last week, and now we're back into the week, so it's the Monday, and everyone's still mourning over Shakil's
They're
death.
all leaving flowers and things on where his body was found.
Well, yes, on the bench. But one of the I forget which character, I think it was Mick, said that wasn't where he was stabbed. Oh, Keegan probably said it.
Yeah, Keegan said that. I don't know why you're bothering. That's not even where he died.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
Well, it was where he died. It's just that's not
where it happened.
Not where the incident happened. So yeah. So it was very stab centric this week again.
It was
storyline.
And we met 2 new characters. We finally met Omar and Darius.
Yes.
Which is Kush's dad and Kush's brother.
I said to you, a small part of me wished that Darius had been played by Pop Idol's Darius, but alas, no.
No, I think that would be acceptable.
Appropriate.
But Omar's quite good addition, I feel. The dad.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of seemed to be a lot of hints toward him feeling a bit sorry for Carmel, especially near the end. He kept looking fondly at her. Perhaps there's a flame that's not quite been extinguished between them two yet.
Maybe. I mean, everything we've heard about him, he was meant to be this really horrible, aggressive man, but he seemed quite nice. I suppose it's because his son just died.
Well, I mean, they hint at Carmel saying that it took them a long time to get Shakil, or to get pregnant, so that she could have Shakil.
Yeah, they had a chat, didn't they, where it took about 10 years to try.
And she said that if he had been as kind to her as, because she gave the impression that when Shakil was a baby, she did all the work and he would go out drinking and womanizing. She questioned his faith when they were together.
Yeah, because he was talking about the funeral arrangements, wasn't he?
He wants a
Muslim
funeral, and she said, "Well, you've changed your tune," and again she's referred back to his now, I think, his wife or his girlfriend. Again, so she's showing jealousy that their relationship deteriorated because him and Carmel weren't particularly a very good match together, but he's found someone who is a better match. So that's an already manic Carmel has sent her spiraling further down the well.
Yeah, she's not in a good place this week, is she?
No, she wasn't. She spent a lot of the beginning of the week desperately trying to find bits and pieces of Shakil's clothing. And
yeah, because at the beginning of the week she was sort of holding onto her phone and kept phoning his voicemail to hear him say, "I'm not here.
Yeah.
Talk off the beep, yeah?" Or something like that. It wasn't like the most loving voicemail to listen to. And Denise tried to hide the phone from her to try and stop her doing it to have a shower. She didn't want to let go of her phone.
Well, this is where the scavenger hunt began, really. So when Denise hid the mobile phone, with good intentions to try to stop her from carrying on.
Obsessing over it.
Yeah. That's where she started thinking of lots of other things that she remembered she had had from Shakil.
Yeah, and then she also then went on to wanting to find some sort of watch for Shakil.
His watch, yeah. So she was looking...
cheap knockoff, apparently, Kush said.
Yeah, but she had it engraved, didn't she? But she, again, didn't really look very hard. I know. Was desperately trying to find this watch.
She went all around the whole square, and it was right under her, huge bed.
Yeah, which she later found because... after she'd been to the police station, and this really pushed her over the edge this time because the police said that perhaps it had been stolen from Shakil when she was wearing it, and poor old Carmel, understandably, was like, "They took my son away. They cannot take something else away from me." And
stole his phone.
But although I don't think she's realised that, and also all the time she's been phoning that phone, you think someone would pick up and like, "Who's this?" Can you stop phoning,
The
please?
new owner.
Yeah, I'm trying to use this as my phone.
Because she went over to the Vic to try and find the watch in case he dropped it on the wedding night.
Yes, and she
cut her hand.
There's a lot of cutting
There
metaphor,
is.
wasn't there?
And Mick always seems to be around it.
Yeah.
So he's feeling upset and sorry for himself as well.
A lot of claret.
Isn't
He likes saying claret. Claret is the word of the week. Yeah, he said it. Well, he said it last week. Every time he saw blood, oh, there's some claret, and he said it today as well when he cut his hand when he was using the bread knife. But no, there was no success finding that watch anywhere around the square. No. And after her quick visit to the police station, that was pretty much the final straw for Carmel, and she decided that she wanted to take her life.
Well, she overheard, or I think maybe Omar or Darius said to her, "Oh, Kush and Denise are still going to move to Dubai," and I think that was the moment where she thought, "Oh, okay, well,
now I'm going to be left on my own."
Yeah, I'm going to be right on my own.
One son's been taken away from me by a murderous intent, and then another one's going on their own. So yeah, actually, fair enough. She
took some pills. And a few pills fell on the floor.
She was shaking, I think, with the adrenaline of what she was doing. She was shaking, and she dropped all the pills on the floor. And then she went to pick them up.
The watch.
And the watch was under her bed the whole time. Yeah. And her bed wasn't even that. It's not like
I know it was like really high off the ground.
High off the ground.
And recently hoovered.
Yeah, no mess under.
Doesn't look that clean under my bed.
No.
So she then realizes, oh, I've got Shakil. What am I doing? I've made a mistake. So she then goes in the bathroom and tries to be sick. And then Kush comes home and phones an ambulance.
Well, Kush hears her, sees the bottle of pills overturned on the vanity table. Vanity table. My goodness, that's a detail. And Kush quickly phones the ambulance service, and they arrive quite promptly, and suggests that perhaps she goes to the hospital with them so she can be assessed. But she says
she's okay now.
Well, she's fine. She had a moment of madness.
She's got the watch.
She's got a watch.
She's got a mobile.
That's the second thing. Of
now she's hunting for his clothes, I think.
Yeah.
And sort of while this is going on, we've had a few scenes of Keegan trying to arrange meeting a friend of a brother.
Well, yes.
Like stepbrother, friend of someone else.
So he's upset, and his
Sorry, I got a cold.
Just so you know, Ben caught a cold while he was away. Bless him. So Keegan's wound became started bleeding again. So Karen went off to get some bandages and some plasters
because he wanted his favourite sandwich made because he knew there was no jam in the house.
Well, he wanted it did sound quite nice, a Nutella and jam on white bread.
So he wanted her out of the house so he could sneak off and meet this guy by the swings.
He messaged him, didn't he, on like Messenger, and it was like meet at the PG
playground.
I am a bit tired, but I only twigged that it was playground after the whole scene took place on the playground. I was like, oh yeah, PG playground. There it is. That's the one.
Yeah. So he went over and just basically said, I need a favour. So what could that be?
What's the favour?
We'll find out. So we then go back to Carmel for the second half of the week. She's still not got her makeup on, not washed her hair yet, I don't think.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be seen outside
Linda's
the house.
Trying to arrange
a memorial service in the gardens next to the bench. The bench is now Arthur's bench. We should mention though, prior to this, that Carmel had a bit of a rage at the bench as well and started hitting all the flowers off and was not very happy that this isn't going to bring my boy back. Mick came over. She squarely accused Mick of not helping her son, but did help Keegan. Keegan's a bit upset with Mick still because Keegan's like, I've tried to tell you and you weren't listening to me. Carmel's son, Darius, has also seen Keegan and he's angry. And he's blaming Keegan for Shakil's death as well, for not telling everyone.
I think that would have worked better if they had Omar try to accuse Keegan.
Is Omar the father?
Yeah.
No, I think...
Because, I don't know.
Omar seems quite chilled and relaxed.
Yeah, but what we've been portrayed for him off screen is that he's quite a hothead.
But then he, like you say, he was only a hothead with Carmel. They were a bad mix. They weren't very good for one another.
Kush is very calm. He's like really holding everyone together.
Well, Kush went back to work like
Poor
a day next day.
He did have a scene where he was looking at a photo of Shakil and did cry a bit. So.
Yeah.
But he's being like the strong one of the family.
He's having to hold it together, isn't he, really? Because his mum's just unravelling bit by bit. I mean, I did like also that there was a scene when Sharon decided that they weren't going to open the club, and she said, "We need to find someone to cover for Kush." And I just thought,
I know he's worked
there 1 week. I know. Don't get me wrong; it's not his fault why he can't work, but he was on the market stall the next day, so you think he'd be back on it. So so even though Carmel had a bit of a attack on the bench and the flowers, they've slowly been building higher and higher and higher. Every now and then you see a shot in the gardens of someone laying down flowers or sitting next to the bench and crying, showing their respects, being upset.
A lot of
Keegan.
mourning for all the different characters.
I never knew he touched so many hearts. Quite frankly,
know.
he was obviously a very popular lad in the square.
He touched our hearts. Poor Shakil.
Yes, and people had written messages on the bench as well, like lives, not knives.
Yeah.
There was I think there was a hashtag as well.
There was quite a few.
Tiffany also broke the silence beautifully by saying hashtag kill me now when they suggested.
I'm enjoying Tiffany more and more and more every time. She's like a really good.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying Tiffany. In fact, it was nice. We'll talk about it a bit later, but it was nice to actually have some youth injected into the program this week. They really.
I've missed them. Yeah. I've missed Walford High.
I've missed E20. Was it called E20? The online.
Oh, the BBC
spin-off?
Three one. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Hollyoaks in EastEnders, and yeah, so all these tributes have been stuck on, painted, flowers, candles, pictures. Mick called it Shakil Shrine, which I think was a bit too far.
Funny word.
Shrine's a bit of a weird description for it, but yeah, a lovely memorial for Shakil was going to be planned by Linda.
Bex was going to sing.
Bex was going to sing, but
everyone was going to do speeches.
Yeah, and Mick was going to get 100 doves and release them from the. Yeah,
because Mick was feeling really guilty, wasn't he? And then he had a little chat in the laundrette with Karen and Carmel.
Well, so
and it sort of made him realise a few things.
Well, this is where Karen's scavenger hunt continued. So Karen went over... Carmel's scavenger hunt continued. Karen went over to Carmel with Denise and Sharon. Sharon shoehorned herself into the story, hasn't
when
she?
is Sharon and Denise friends?
I know.
They've never been friends.
She suddenly started showing a concern.
I mean, Denise had a baby with her husband. No, they're best friends.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. There's a common link for you. Everyone's linked. 6 degrees of separation, isn't there? And she is saying to Carmel, we're going to do this memorial. Would you like to come? And Kush is trying to convince her it might be a nice idea for you to kind of get out your funk a little bit.
After 3 whole days of mourning, you should be over it now.
You should be done now.
Come on.
You stopped phoning up the phone, the Shakil's old phone number.
Yeah. So she's now trying to get like an outfit, we're assuming, for his funeral. She's got the watch.
This is the idea.
She's got his phone.
Yeah, she's got his watch. Do you know,
got
she never got his phone.
aftershave.
She never got his phone back, did she?
No.
She got his watch. She remembered that she had some trousers after she had a go at Karen. Because she kind of again insinuated that it should have been Karen's son who should have been forgotten and not Shakil. Shakil's good. Again, Karen rose above it, just kind of said nope. she just went nope and then walked
very
off.
respectful this week.
Very respectful. And Mick, in the meantime, has, as we mentioned, cut his hand quite deeply with a bread knife, and he had it again claret on his shirt. And so his
toaster was setting the fire alarm off.
Yeah, well, that was a thick slice of bread. Yeah, that was a damn thick slice of bread.
We all knew that was happening.
Because I don't know, I don't know what he was trying to make with that, because he only toasted one piece, so he wasn't making a sandwich. So was he just going to have a bit of Marmite on toast?
He's all over the place in the old Mick. He's got a lot on his mind.
You can't blame him. But so there's a bit of a showdown scene in the laundrette. So Karen's now working because she took the morning off to look after Keegan, but now she needs to earn the readies. Mick has gone into the laundrette to have his claret cleaned out of his shirt, and Carmel has just remembered that she asked Karen to do a wash and sew up some trousers for
Shakil.
Yeah, so they're all in the laundry at the same time, and at first it's quite the tension could be cut with no pun intended, with a knife. And she sees that Mick and Karen are talking, and you can see that they're, in Carmel's mind, they're the two, other than the one who stabbed her son, they're the two to blame for why her son's not survived the stabbing.
And that is where everyone sort of goes, like Mick has a slight epiphany through this, and then goes back to the Vic, figured to give Shakil the best send-off he can give.
With white doves, yes.
100 white doves.
100 white doves coming out
all sorts of things.
of a wicker basket. Because Karen says that, basically summed up, that everyone, when she first moved into the square, she thought everyone looked down at her, and that they all thought and they all thought that I think she said their poop didn't smell or something like that, which is a polite way of obviously another
their
phrase.
briefs, or it was something like that.
Yeah. But she's realised that there are some good people in the square, and that sometimes we make mistakes, but that doesn't mean we don't try our best. At least we try our hardest. And Mick made a mistake by not helping Shakil. She did say that he didn't see Shakil, and you could see Mick's face was like, actually, I did see Shakil.
He's like the new halfway, isn't he?
Yes, he's got a secret to hold. But Mick tried his best, and Carmel kind of concedes that, okay, that's a fair point. So all this built-up anger toward Mick isn't 100% fair. So
she's just trying to find someone to blame, isn't she? Someone and anyone.
She is trying to find someone to blame, and luckily for her, Keegan has helped her find the person who she should be blaming.
That favour.
Yes.
You talked about earlier.
So earlier in the week, he had that favour from his friend at the PG. So they have the memorial service.
Yeah, and Linda has all these things planned. Mick says he's going to go have a shower, and he'll be out later.
But ends up crying in the shower.
Yes. And he doesn't. He sort of peers from the window and watches it.
He does.
And Linda's out there, and she wants all these speeches and things. Bex doesn't bring her guitar.
No, she said
she had a good line.
She did have a very good line. She said,
"People have suffered enough," which isn't fair because everyone seems to love Bex.
Well, she had a standing ovation. She was cheered on stage when she got locked into a locker.
So they've all been a bit more special. So they have a candle each, and she thought, actually, we'll just have a minute's silence for him. And they did. They actually did a minute's silence on the show. And
Carmel even came out looking a bit frail. So Kush and Darius run over and kind of help carry her over. But she mouths to Karen, "I'm sorry," which I thought was really sweet. And again, it was almost a very bitter pill for Carmel to swallow, because you could tell. Give Bonnie Langford her due. She's an acting powerhouse this week, because she so much emotion that she portrays without any words.
Dialogue, yeah. She is really good.
Really good. So
we all knew she was good.
We all knew she just needed an opportunity. She needed to stop getting her blooming head massages, walking around with that clipboard and her blooming coffee mug, and actually have a really strong storyline, and not have it involve falling in love with Masood over a fridge.
Or Max.
Oh, Max.
No, Max this week, so that's been lovely.
It's been a nice relief, hasn't it? No Robbie for you this week?
No, he had one little scene, but we don't need to talk about it.
It's not been worth mentioning.
So she's now steps outside into Walford, and all the characters were appearing. Tiffany appeared. Keegan didn't appear, and nor did Hunter.
No, Munter. I mean, he is fast becoming my least favourite character.
Your least favourite teen.
His favourite teen. I mean, he started off strong, but he's just kind of piddling away now, isn't he? I think he's had his one strong story, which is a shame, really. There's
more to come. So should we go back and talk about what Keegan's been up to? Because obviously he's met up with this guy and asked for a favour, so he now knows where this boy lives.
Yeah, so
surely he should know where he lives anyway, because he knows where he stole his bike from.
Well, no, not
surely that's where he lives.
He could be visiting a friend to play some FIFA on the PlayStation. True. So his friend basically helped him out and found out the location, and you just automatically think he's going to go there and
he's like, what do you want me to do?
Start revenge. But no, he goes to see Carmel and says to her to put on your coat, you're coming with me. And Carmel's quite compliant with this as well, which is...
Was Carmel wearing one of Shakil's hoodies? Or was it her coat? I think
it was her coat.
All right, so it looked very modern.
Because obviously prior to this, she's now completed her hunt for Shakil's clothing, and she's laid down...
And you laid it all on the bed.
All the clothes on the bed, and she said that she does that every morning. She lays down his clothes on his bed every morning. I mean, he was mollycoddled, wasn't he, when he was a child?
Well, yeah, it explains sort of why she was so protective over him from the chat she had with Omar, saying they tried for 10 years to have him, and... So that sort of gave a bit of something to...
I mean, Shakil was always... I don't think that's a revelation that's come out of the blue. Shakil was always she loved Kush, but Shakil was always the one she kind of always protected, didn't she? When she had that a conversation with him months back about sexting and You know, I think that's.
Yes.
I think that was something that bonded them even
Shakil's
greater.
memory will live on in that nude picture that went round school.
Well, yes, you were a bit worried when Bex came to the memorial and she
I
was
know, she
holding a
printed
framed
off some
picture.
photo.
You were a bit worried that one of them was going to be that nude photo, but alas, Bex had some dignity left inside of her.
So Keegan, that's his name. Keegan takes Carmel in a taxi, I guess. Gets Carmel to pay for it.
Yeah.
And so basically points out the boy that has killed her son. And he sort of says to her, well, what do you want me to do? I can get revenge or what? And both of us were like, well, we'll just call the police.
Yeah, or do the sensible thing.
And alas, the next time we see them, the police have been called and they're both in the police car. So obviously Carmel talked it through. It's a bit of a shame we didn't see that scene, like her telling him.
Well, she had a bit of a speech saying, you know, I'm looking at it from the perspective of his mother. As a mother, I know that if I was his mother, I'd be devastated to find out that he was going to. Because she said that, Keegan, what would Karen say if you went to prison for life for stabbing or murdering this guy as well? And then what must his mother think as well? And so as if it had been written, when they're in the police car and he's getting arrested, who should turn up with two shopping bags?
Bruno's mum.
Bruno's
mum.
mum.
His name, Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno's
My
mother.
little Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno. And and again, Carmel gets out the car, and I thought she was going to confront her there and then, but she waited. She bided her time. And when they were at the police station, and because they both had to write a statement, again, surprised me they hadn't written a statement prior to this. I don't know whether they had to write a further statement to say how they found him.
Well, Carmel was just waiting, wasn't she, for the mum to come out?
But yeah, when the mum came out,
I thought that was quite a nice scene, quite a nice dynamic, like to see it from the crooks, what's his name?
Bruno's.
His side of it.
Bruno's
it's quite interesting, yeah, because she was obviously upset and devastated that her son had done this. And she said, oh, he was a really sweet kid when he was younger.
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing where he wasn't sort of born evil, was it? He was just a normal kid, got mixed up in the wrong things.
What was it that they... EastEnders did something like this before, when they were at the courthouse?
It was when Pam was at the hearing for Paul's murder.
That's right.
And she saw the mum in the toilets and they had a little chat and she said, oh, in another life we could have been friends.
Yeah.
And they had that sort of thing where, similar thing, wasn't it?
The dynamic
different circumstances. If it was the other way around, it would probably be the same.
That's
interesting.
It's good. I like it when they do something like that because it kind of puts it through someone else's eyes.
Yeah, it's not just a black and white sort of villain, isn't it? It's
yeah. There's a body to this person. But I'm sure. So I'm sure there's something's going to happen with the trial now, with Bruno in his trial, and we'll probably be following that quite closely.
Yeah, I hope so. They've said it's a long running thing, so I'm sure there's still much more mourning to come.
But well, I mean, Carmel's still. I don't think Carmel's past the mourning stage because when Kush wondered where she'd gone. And when he was taking her home, she said, what do I do now? And Kush was like, well, I think you better get some rest. And she was like, no. But what do I do tomorrow? And what do I do the next day?
It's an empty space.
Yeah. I mean, the ambulance driver previously in the week had handed Kush the phone number and address for Samaritans. I mean, it would make good sense for her to do something, do a story along the lines of her trying to get help.
I'm guessing she'll do some sort of campaign because she wants to do that government thing with Ian. So maybe she's going to do like some charity stabbing campaigning.
It's associated
with
her. But then that's quite disrespectful to her son's memory. If she's
she might not be going for the job. She might just do campaigning for stabbing awareness.
Maybe agree with Ian that she needs to do something like that. A bit like what Johnny did for Paul.
Yeah, that went nowhere.
When he had that protest at the Queen
Well,
Pit.
Johnny's meant to be helping out Derek. What happened to that?
Derek just went missing, didn't he? He saw him in his flat.
Left.
And then,
there's going to be a big storyline with him getting his conviction overruled with Johnny, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, because he was being homosexual in inverted commas before it was illegal.
I think the actor who played Derek got sick. So that's why he left. But it was a bit sudden, wasn't it?
I mean, like,
justice for Derek one day.
Justice for Derek. It's a shame they've missed the window of opportunity now because obviously it would have coincided with 50 years since the decriminalisation.
Blame Sean O'Connor.
Yeah, I will. I blame him for most things. # blame Sean O'Connor.
So that wraps us up for this week of like the Carmel thing, Omar and Darius have now gone back to Dubai, only in it for 3 episodes.
Yeah, but I again,
so there's scope for them to come.
I feel
they
they
were quite
were
decent, weren't they?
Yeah,
so.
I feel they were water testing again with them too. I'm not particularly fussed about Darius because you didn't really learn much about him other than the fact that he lived in Dubai. But Omar, there's lots of rich history for him, and especially with Carmel. And as I said earlier, when Carmel came out during the Linda's honouring in the park, you could tell that Omar there was still just a slight soft spot there. And
if they're going to bring them both back or one of them back full time, I'm assuming they're going to have their businesses go under in Dubai. Do you think?
Well, no, because Omar's only investing. He's only investing in the unit that they're buying in Dubai.
Okay.
There's only a shop they're buying, so I think he's investing while Darius and possibly Kush do the work there.
Yeah, high fashion shop.
Well, I know.
Kush.
His flammable clothing.
Yeah, flammable prom dresses in Dubai is not going to cut it.
I don't know what the laws are like in Dubai, though. Maybe they have much more looser laws for clothing over there.
Maybe. So that wraps up the Kazimis this week. Shall we have a little break and pop off to do I'm Doing This Now?
Just do this now.
Right, so this week on I'm Doing This Now, we will be having an affectionate look at Joe Swash and his lovable wheeling-dealing character, Mickey Miller. Yes, the one-hit wonder.
Goodness.
I know. He made his first appearance on the 15th of April 2003. Introduced as a guest character, Mickey proved popular and was turned into a regular by executive producer Louise Berridge, and a family was built around the character in 2004 when the other Millers moved to Albert Square.
The Millers were like a bad tailors.
They were the tailors, yeah.
But bad.
Well, they're nice characters in there. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Of them.
There was mum and dad.
But the dad was really lazy, and they had the dog that was
he was
Gangus.
like Onslow from Keeping Up Appearances.
Yeah, while the mum kind of ran around him, and in fact, I think she worked at the laundrette as well. There's something about that laundrette.
I remember there being a younger daughter who had loads of freckles.
Yeah,
she's
she's his actual sister in real life as well.
Is it?
Yeah, but I can't remember. And she got pregnant. Remember, they did a teenage pregnancy storyline with her, and then they had that. Well,
I just know that Mickey stayed too long.
Well, he stayed on while everyone else left.
Yeah, I know.
I think we get to that, yes. So Mickey's the son of Rosie Miller and his estranged father, Mike Swan, who left when Mickey was 3 years old. He had a sister, Dawn Swan, and half-siblings, Demi and Darren. I forgot about Darren.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He considered his stepfather, Keith, though, to be his father. Introduced selling dodgy goods to Spencer Moon. Poor Spencer. He later became involved with money-making scams with Big Mo Harris. He would sell trinkets on Bridge Street markets and earn extra money working as a temp for a building company. I should mention that some of this seems surprising to me only because I wrote this a week ago. Normally I do this a couple of days before. And some of this I can't remember I wrote. So now I'm like, oh, yeah, that happened. Mickey starts a relationship with Karina Ferreira. They're back again.
Oh, God.
But later discovers that she is using cocaine supplied by his friend Julie Smith.
Julie Smith.
Julie. It was
very generic.
No, Dave Smith would be like, they should introduce a character called like John Smith or something. All right, John? Upset with Karina, Mickey becomes flattered by Stacey Slater's advances toward him. But when Karina finds out, she turns to Julie for comfort and they both kiss. That's Julie and Karina. Despite working through their troubles and promising she would not leave Mickey, he is left on his own when her family move out of Walford with her. So she lied.
That was a quick axe.
She lied. All these women who are lying to the men on EastEnders. Oh, it happened even then. In 2005, Mickey visits his sister Dawn in France. Dawn's the one I thought you'd remember.
No, yeah, I thought about Dawn. She was good. She was really popular.
Yeah, she was great. And is surprised to learn that she is living with his biological father, Mike. Mickey feels uneasy around his dad after making derogatory comments about his mum, Rosie, and making excuses for his absence from his life. But the final nail in the coffin in their relationship happened after Mike tried to con Minty Patterson into giving him his life savings, making Mickey feel like he was more like his father for comfort. I mean, I don't remember him ever trying to scam anyone out of their life savings.
No. All these nothing characters. Minty
wasn't a nothing character.
Yes, he was.
Him and what's her face? Well, I've done it. Now I'm
Heather.
doing this.
Heather.
Yeah, Heather. They were
Yeah,
quite a
all
big
these nothing
storyline.
characters. What year was this? This is early 2000s, wasn't it?
It was the
sounds like it.
I think the second decline of EastEnders.
Yeah, the slog. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Mickey enters into a new relationship in 2007 with Lee Chong and moves into a flat with Gus Smith. Gus was a bit of a nothing character too.
Another one, yeah.
He's like the Robbie.
They're all adding up.
Because Gus was a market sweeper.
Yeah.
After many tests in their relationship, when he discovers her growing cannabis in their closet and becoming jealous after she has entailed him into a male escort agency, Lee abruptly ends the couple, citing that Mickey had started to get too serious for her. What was with him and like focusing on drug dealing?
I know. Who's this woman?
I know. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember. I remember.
Is it a Chinese family?
No, I think she was just like a kind of character that came in.
They've never had a Chinese family in EastEnders or a Korean or anything.
No, they haven't. That's very
next.
interesting. Yes, they could open a Chinese restaurant in the Argy Bargy. No, I'm not meaning that as in that's a stereotype or anything. I'm just saying that's something they could do.
They could.
Oh dear. Sean Slater starts a bullying campaign of assault and vandalism against Mike, and he relies on Jace Dyer for protection. On June 18, 2008, he is knocked out when Dr. May Wright hits him with a crowbar over his head whilst trying to steal Dawn's baby, Summer.
Explosive.
It was explosive.
Back on the up now.
Yes, this is when it started.
A year
getting hot.
later.
When Mickey awakes, he manages to stop May from absconding with Summer, but she causes a gas explosion, and Mickey, Dawn and Summer are trapped in the first floor bedroom. Whilst attempting to pass Summer out of a window, he loses consciousness and drops her, but she is caught by Jace. Dawn then pushes an unconscious Mickey out of the window and saves his life. Mickey,
good.
Yay! So he's in line for a return. He didn't die on screen.
No.
Mickey leaves Walford after an emotional farewell at the Queen Vic with his family after Keith is offered a job in the Cotswolds. There we go. Because I think it was actually, Keith stayed in with Mickey.
I think Darren was in it for quite a bit, wasn't he?
Darren was in it after they
Yeah.
both left as well, because he had the storyline with Heather, because he was Heather's
baby daddy.
baby daddy. So what is Mr. Swash doing now? Well, unless you've had your head buried in the sand, you can probably answer this for yourself, but here we go. He has predominantly
appears on anything
doing anything for a paycheck, and that was he has predominantly been doing the reality television and game show circuit. While still in the soap, he was dubbed by the press as the Swashbuckler due to be seen in London clubs regularly and had been reprimanded on numerous occasions by EastEnders bosses for his alcohol-fueled behaviour.
Soon after, they didn't get rid of him for that.
I think.
How do you think that was one of the reasons?
Yeah, I think
because they fired one of the actresses who played Lucy.
Oh, that was so unfair.
There's a photo of her like sucking a lollipop and they fired her. It's like that wouldn't happen nowadays.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, then it was really just stupid.
I mean, if you see the actress who plays Tiffany's Instagram,
I know
it's living up to character. Soon after leaving the soap, Swash was a participant on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Series 8 and went on to win. The following year, he became a regular presenter on the ITV2 spin-off show I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Now, later renamed I'm a Celebrity Extra Camp. Now, we don't normally watch the spin-off on ITV2, but we did divulge 1 or 2 episodes last year. And
the reason I don't watch it is because he's on.
He is just awful. I mean,
he's not a presenter, is he?
He's not a presenter.
Not an actor.
I mean, just stick to drinking in nightclubs later.
Radio. Does he do radio? Must do.
You might do something like on Capital.
Stick to that.
Heart.
Stick to radio.
Stick to radio. He also became a team captain on Hole in the Wall. I loved Hole in the Wall.
Oh, I hated it.
Oh, it was fantastic. If anyone else liked Hole in the Wall, get in touch. And Minute to Win It. Guest appearances is Joe's bread and butter, as we've mentioned, and it includes The Weakest Link, Family Fortunes, The Cube, Through the Keyhole, The Chase, Pointless, and The Crystal Maze. That is just a handful. I could be here all day listing them. Joe also holds the Guinness World Record for throwing the most pancakes and performs in pantomimes on most years. I thought that was an interesting fact.
Throwing the most pancakes.
Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting
At what?
fact.
Or just throwing them?
At children. At orphans. Although the press has reported he had gone bankrupt, he has denied this claim. He's currently romantically linked with Stacey Solomon for the past 2 years. but they have no plans to marry, as Stacey has said, and I quote, "She didn't want another person to take half of what she had earned."
Especially if he's bankrupt.
Exactly. Clearly romance is not dead between them. So there you go. That was Joe Swash, or Mickey from EastEnders, and what he's doing now.
So he's not currently in anything. So we have no links to do. Lovely.
As usual, I did put my hand out and tweeted him and found a link to
who only replies to you if you have a blue tick.
Oh, okay. Well, I also emailed.
Did you know that if you have a blue tick, you have a secret inbox for other people with blue tick?
Really? We need to get ourselves a blue tick. How do we get about doing that? What, on Twitter or?
Yeah, you have to get like a certain amount of followers. So
right.
Get following.
Yeah, keep following us, guys. We want that blue tick so we can get in touch with Joe Swash. We could do a part 2 of Joe Swash, what he's actually now doing.
No, it's okay.
But yes, so any information about Joe Swash's Twitter and links to what he might be doing right now can be found on the show notes. Also on our Twitter, which is at Eastenders Week, or our Instagram, which is at Eastenders Weekly. And that was I'm Doing This Now.
Just do this now.
Lovely. So
Well, I feel enlightened now about Joe Swash.
light a candle and you go to our Joe Swash shrine in the corner.
Right, so shall we go on back over? We've had a summer off, but Walford High's open again. The teenage spin-off of EastEnders.
Finally.
So we're back. New group of teens, new cast.
They've always been there. It's just that they've never been put together.
Well, Hunter's new, Tiffany's new.
Yes. Hashtag.
Shakil's not in it anymore. Keegan's ish. It's like Waterloo Road. Mid season.
Keegan dips his foot in the water every now and then.
So all the teenagers are upset about their best friend's death.
Yes, even though they don't hang out and do
Half
anything.
of them don't know him. Haven't seen him for 2 years like us.
Yeah. Apparently they regularly meet up at Sonia or Dot's house and eat
For
pizza.
yeah.
And there's just enough slices.
It like opened up and the shot and there was just like one piece of pizza left.
That would have been Shakil's
And they were all
slice.
looking at it. Shakil always had the last bit.
I mean, how many are there? 6? Isn't a pizza cut into 8 slices? Who's the greedy gannet who has 2 slices?
Bernadette.
Yeah. Enough said. Carry on.
So they're all a bit upset and they're not really feeling the Vic. They want to go somewhere where they can be themselves.
Also, they're not allowed to drink in the Vic.
Oh yeah, they want to drink, don't they?
Yeah.
Best way to mourn your dead friend.
Oh yeah, get blind drunk.
So Hunter has the idea of going into E20 because we know it's closed for the day because Sharon closed it.
Yes, which we mentioned earlier.
He says, I can sort out the CCTV so we can go in there.
Because he's done it once already.
Yeah, well, not very well.
But, no,
He filmed himself. So they all go in. So who is it? It's Hunter, Keegan, Louise, Bex, Tiffany and Bernadette, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 7. So there would be 1 slice of pizza left if it was an 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There
I
you
stand
go.
corrected. I'm sorry, Bernadette.
How rude. Even though I'm the one that said it.
Yeah.
So they're all in E20 remembering Shakil and they decide to have
a few
some
shots.
vodka because that's what he would like.
Yes.
That's what he would do.
That's what Shakil does
Yeah.
every night.
We've all seen him at the party last year.
Yeah.
And so they end up playing Spin the Bottle.
Yes, well, they're kids.
And they're cutting between Spin the Bottle of them all being happy and then they're cutting to Carmel looking sad every other shot.
The yin-yang
Yes.
cut.
And Louise is drinking.
Louise is drinking. Yes, I was very surprised. I must
Bex
say,
looked at her
disapprovingly.
with her Sonia judging eyes that she inherited from her mum.
Yes. But I must say, I was very surprised. I thought that they would...
Normally Louise says no. Normally.
Oh, she's got good reason because she doesn't want to be like her father.
Because when Hunter tried to get her to drink a few weeks ago, she said no. She's trying to impress him, isn't she?
I must admit, I thought that was a bit dumb. They shouldn't have made Louise drink.
They should have just kept her on teetotal.
But then I suppose there's a reason why they did it.
Yeah.
Yes.
She'll never drink again now.
Until next time. Until
So
another one.
spin the bottle, and whoever's bottle lands on, they have to kiss. How old are these people?
Well,
I mean, Bex should be a bit older than
15,
this now.
15,
Bex
16.
is older. Bex is 2 years older than all of them. So
I
why is
mean-
she hanging around with them?
I mean, you always think that the kids grow up too quick nowadays, but give them a bottle and a couple of glasses of vodka, and that's them done.
So who has kissed? We've had Keegan kiss Tiffany.
Keegan kissed Tiffany. Tiffany kissed Bernadette.
Yes.
They're the only 2 we saw
Oh.
on screen. When
Who else kissed, do you think? Do you think Keanu and Hunter had to kiss? Well, what if it was like Bernadette and Keegan? It would be a bit awkward. They're brother and sister.
Well, I would hope
Dangerous
that
game
they'd
is
spin
spin the
again.
bottle.
Well, because everyone knows, everyone's in
Bex
each
wouldn't
other's
kiss anyone
pockets.
because she loves Shakil.
I don't know.
So she
I
wouldn't
think
play.
I think Bex was the one most up for it. Again, I think she said, well, every time they did something like, oh, someone sneezes, like, oh, Shakil did like that.
Shakil sneezed like that.
Yeah, Shakil used.
She might have had a fit photo of Shakil like on the chair next to her, and she kissed that.
Get one of those like life-size cardboard cutouts of Shakil, and she just sleeps with it every night. She could use the one that she got
She
from
can write
Shakil.
her lyrics on the back of it.
Yeah, write a song. Turn a guitar into Shakil. Like have a Shakil made out of a guitar.
Or she
Oh,
might have his
dear.
man bun somewhere. He might have chopped it off and given it to her.
We don't know what happened to that man bun. I mean,
No.
if I was Carmel, talking back to what we were saying earlier, I would have been
Yeah,
searching high and low
searching
for that
for-
man bun.
That's another reason why Shakil left last year for like 3 months.
Well,
It's
he cut his
'cause
hair.
he had to have his hair cut, and because of filming continuity, you have to ask in advance to change your hair about 3 months in advance. You have to have a certain amount of time off. That's why Whitney left Walford and came back with red hair.
Oh my
Yeah, for
god!
continuity reasons, you have to request to have a hair change. So
wow.
many months in advance on EastEnders.
It makes sense you saying that. Remember when Michelle's hair changed because they,
Yeah.
they did that scene
She
with
was,
Patrick
like,
on
blonde
the bench? Yeah, her hair was short, and the next scene, her hair was like long again.
It was really blonde and highlighted, and she had a tan. And then it went back to her the next scene, and she had like short
Yeah, I
brown
know,
hair.
no.
Oh, funny. Anyway, we're not talking about Michelle. She's
No.
gone,
My god.
and Shakil's gone, so it's all gone. So they're playing spin the bottle, and they've kissed. Bernadette and Tiffany have to kiss each other, and Bernadette looks surprised /
Excited.
excited / something new,
It's like-
tinkly.
Tingly inside.
So there's a sort of a storyline bubbling there because Tiffany ends up sleeping round, doesn't she? Because they're hungover.
And Bernadette wakes up and looks over and sees that
She
she's
sort of looks at her in her bed,
and
yeah.
she's smiling, but then she plays the hard to get card. She's kind of like, I want you out now.
Mm.
Get dressed.
And then Tiffany starts going on about how nice like the kiss was.
Mm.
She was like, "Oh, really? Was it nice?"
Yes, so Bernadette
really-
got the wrong
yeah.
idea, didn't she? She thought she was talking about her kiss with
Mm.
Tiffany, but Tiffany
She was
was
talking about Keegan.
Keegan's kiss. But Tiff knew that's what she was doing. So they didn't ride this along because Tiffany was like, you didn't think I was talking about you, did you? And so obviously then an awkwardness
And
has...
she went, "No, of course not."
Yeah, but Tiffany knew better.
Mm.
So later on when they're doing not the commitment ceremony, the
shrine.
yeah, they're doing the memorial at the shrine.
Mm-hmm.
Tiff sees Bernadette sees Tiff, and they both look a bit embarrassed. But again, Bernadette's a bit upset, but she goes home and cries, but she's not upset just about Shakil. You now know she's upset about the whole Tiff thing as well. So confusion is beginning to set in.
Yeah, that could be a storyline then. So
I mean, yeah, it'd be lovely to have
confused about her sexuality.
Yeah, we were only saying a few episodes back that there's no gay characters anymore. Bernadette did have a unicorn onesie as well. It's all adding up.
Although she has kissed Shakil in the past at a party.
Or Bernadette.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Not willingly from Shakil's side.
Well, no.
And she's got posters of boys on the room.
Well,
But
that's
she's
the one
obviously,
thing, yeah.
well, she's never experienced a butcher, has she? Now she's experienced a butcher kiss.
Once you gone butcher.
Butcher's the new Slater.
Mm.
So, so there's a little sort of storyline bubbling there. Ted's still going on about chess, and he's given Bernadette, a chess timer to get used to the stressful noise of it.
Yes.
So chess is back.
Chess is back. By the end of the episode, and Tiff and Bernadette had made up because Tiff had encouraged her to go to the chess tournament. So I'm presuming that chess tournament's going to happen off screen. We're not going to see any of that.
No, can't. All this build up, we have to see it.
I mean, I
That
said
posh boy might be back from the chess.
oh
game in
yes,
Walford.
hopefully she'll stomp him in the game. But I said to you as a kind of side note, as something that I could imagine them doing, but I kind of hope they won't do.
Yeah, I
and
don't
that
agree
is
with this.
that Karen and Ted seem to be having a lot of scenes together recently. Is there going to be a hint that Ted and Karen, because she needs someone sensible, doesn't she? She needs someone just to put her on the straight and narrow a little bit.
No, I think they'll keep her single for a while. Karen.
Do you think they'll hook Karen up with her past husband, Keegan's real dad? Again, bring him back for
maybe
a bit of fun.
I can't remember his name now. Mick, wasn't it? Was it Mick?
No, it couldn't have been Mick. They wouldn't have had
It's
two
something
characters
like
the same
Mick.
name. But yeah, because he's gone a bit quiet, but again, left without properly saying goodbye. So yeah, so I
No,
so,
Ted and Karen are not going to get together. No.
What about Ted and Kat? They had a moment last
They
week.
did, yeah. Couldn't believe his luck.
So
Whatever happened to Ted going to old people's home?
well, it was just forgotten, wasn't it? Like everything.
Daughter doesn't care now.
Yeah, she's gone now.
She got told off by Bernadette. Now she's gone.
Also, is Ted now living off boiled eggs? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's all he knows how to cook, and he hasn't been to the cafe in a long time.
No.
He used to go to the cafe.
Maybe he's living off beer.
Beer
in
and
the
regret.
Like Patrick lives off rum.
Yeah, true. From his money from his hat.
Anyway, this is Walford High.
But you're going off subject.
Not Walford Retirement Home.
No, absolutely.
That's a different spin-off.
Yeah, it's a completely different generation.
So we now also have sort of an ongoing thing of Hunter, Louise, Keegan. 'Cause there's a secret. There's been a secret kiss.
With the love triangle that's been, developing for a little while, had originally started because Keegan still liked Louise, but Louise wasn't returning it. Hunter,
he did burn her.
Yes, well, but it was not entirely his fault.
Mm-hmm.
So. What's that syndrome where you if you get kidnapped by the guy?
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
Maybe.
There we go. So Hunter isn't, from the impression I'm getting, Hunter's not particularly being a very nice boyfriend to Louise either. He seems to be pushing her around a little bit and being a bit.
He doesn't like Keegan. He
doesn't like Keegan. So Louise again had a bit to drink, went off to the toilets to throw up. Keegan caught
allegedly.
Well, Keegan caught her from throwing up. This is all stuff that she told Louise.
Hunter. This is what her story is to Hunter. Because Keegan's phone is in the.
No, she never told Hunter. She didn't say that she went off with Hunter. She told Bex. Sorry, this is the story she told Bex.
Oh right.
Had happened. So she's told Bex that she went off to the toilet. Keegan had followed her to see if she was okay. She threw up but didn't want anyone to know because she wanted to be cool in front of Hunter because Hunter's the coolest. He's so cool. And then, although it just hit me. And then they kissed. Keegan kissed her after she threw up.
No, I don't think she did throw up. That was a.
But why would she lie
made
to
that
Bex?
up.
No, I don't think she would lie to Bex.
Because when they did a pinky promise and she told her the truth.
Oh, okay.
Later, and she said, "Well, I was there because we were both." He was upset about Shakil.
Right.
She comforted him, and then they kissed.
Okay.
But they were drunk. But don't tell Hunter.
But no, this is a secret now, so Hunter's not to know.
Because while this is happening, the E20s, they think it's been broken into.
Yes, so
there's one bottle.
There's an empty bottle of vodka on the side.
There's
of the
a mobile
bar.
phone in the middle of the club, but none of one's seen it.
They've not spotted that, even though it went off about 5 times while they were there.
And that's Keegan's phone.
That's Keegan's phone, which Hunter found but left there because he obviously wants Keegan to
get in trouble.
Keegan to get in trouble. We also discovered that money's been taken from the safe, but there's no real explanation.
It's one of the team
who's done it. Now you could say it might have been Hunter who kind of double bluffed it.
Get to right in the end and then discuss who could have done it.
Cool. Let's do this.
Because there's also then a text message.
Yeah.
So Keegan and Louise are chatting again in his room because she gives him the phone back.
And Keegan's just got back from doing the statement at the police station with Carmel.
And she said, "Oh, it's just a drunk kiss. Let's not talk about it. Let's not mention it." And he sort of agrees.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're both on the doorstep and they both get a text.
Yeah.
For a number that's not saved on their phones.
Oh, yes.
And it says, "I know what you did last night."
So we're going back to like 2002 Buffy horror.
No, it's like Pretty Little Liars.
Well,
when they used to get text messages.
I know what you did last summer.
Yeah. So now let's discuss who we think it could be. I think it's quite obvious.
Well, I think you want to think it's Tiff.
No.
But I don't think it's Tiff.
I think it's Hunter.
I think it's Hunter. Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
And he's stolen the money.
He stole the money. He double bluffed and wanted Keegan to take the blame. So pretended he didn't know who stole the money. Because it was a bit strange that he knew that Keegan's phone was in there and he decided not to. I
wouldn't be surprised if Hunter
had deliberately
taken and put his phone on the floor or something.
Because they said, "How did you know?" That was a strange thing as well. How did you know it was Keegan's phone? He said it was 15 years old. I'm sorry, that was quite a current iPhone on that phone.
They were the same anyway.
Yeah, well, Hunter's got that phablet one, isn't he? Because he has to have it bigger and better than everyone else because he's a privileged prat. So, sorry, that was a moment of anger. And so Louise and Bex go back to get the phone themselves. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you. I think it's Hunter. I think you're meant to believe it's Tiff, but I think it's going to come down.
Because she's jealous of Louise, or she saw Louise and Keegan kiss.
The only other thing is it could be that they just forgot to lock the E20 front door, so the money being taken from the safe was a completely different incident, and so the money was taken by just a randomo.
No.
Shrimpy.
It's one of the teens.
Shrimpy. He's got 2 weddings to pay for.
Yeah, he's got 3 women to pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Flower girl, don't come cheap. But no, yes, I agree with you, Hunter. I mean, I can't imagine. I don't think I think Bernadette is kind of
Bernadette's too busy.
She's busy now off doing.
She's got chess and sexuality storyline. She can't also have a third one, like blackmail storyline. Maybe it's Aunt Babe.
Maybe the curse continues.
Maybe it's Abby.
Maybe yes, the ghost of
Abby's
Abby.
back.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love that if they brought like the ghost of Abby as a character.
But yeah, it can't be anyone else. It's not Keegan. It's not Louise.
Well, again, Keegan would be obvious.
Yeah. Plus, he was it's not Keegan.
Well, plus he wouldn't text himself.
It's not Bex either, because Bex is goody.
Bex is too innocent.
Bex would be like the dark horse if it is her.
If Bex was going to like release that information, she'd like write a song about it, but not tell anyone what the song's about, and then just look at them as she's singing the song.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, lots of exciting things for Walford High.
I mean, it's nice that they're actually
back
focusing,
again.
on the younger characters. They need to do a bit more with the younger characters. I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame they can't recast Dennis and make him grow back to 3 years so he can be part of the group as well.
They've got a good cast of teenage characters now. They're all good actors, which is rare.
Well, Shakil was a good actor.
Yeah,
there was nothing wrong with Shakil. It's just they just wanted a shock storyline, didn't they?
Yeah, he was easy bait.
Yeah.
So that wraps up the teenager storyline. So shall we go have a talk about the Slaters?
Oh yes,
they're back again.
Yeah, they're up to no good again.
The ongoing Hayley and Jean.
Yeah,
Jean's like the main Slater at the moment.
I know, she's like the mother of them all.
So we begin the week with Hayley, who's got an appointment at a posh clinic.
Well, not that she needs that appointment. She was a coat hanger.
She's
away
drunk.
From...
Yeah, she's drunk on vodka.
Turns up late for her appointment.
Being really mouthy.
Yeah,
I love her when she's drunk and mouthy. She's so funny.
She had an appointment obviously to have the abortion of her baby. Turned up late, so the nurse is like
drunk
and
yelled at everyone.
And you say you're going to need to rebook it.
It was really funny. She was sat next to a woman and she just like popped her head over and said, "What are you here for?" Then?
yeah.
So funny.
Although the woman looked quite surprised by that question.
Yeah, she sort of moved away a bit, didn't she?
Yeah.
Interesting thing I read about the woman who plays Hayley today. She was in a film called Fish Tank, which won quite a few awards. And she wasn't an actress before. And the guy who made that film noticed her because he saw her having an argument with her boyfriend at a train station. And he thought she'd be really good in my film and approached her. And that's how she became an actress.
Oh, wow. That's
cool,
interesting.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting.
I love her Twitter as well. If any of you guys follow her, then you get to see the right little insight into her
Twitter. Like real Hayley.
She is.
No, she's not.
No.
But yeah, that's the. I thought that was really interesting.
Fascinating. It's mad, isn't it, how people just pick up things like that.
And she's a very good actress.
She's an excellent actress, and she's been given, knowing that, a lot of trust in playing quite a central character. I mean, at the moment she's a B character, or a B storyline, I should say, with what's happening with her and Kat. But I mean, it's obviously going to be promoted as being an A storyline pretty soon, I reckon. So yeah, so she's gone to get the abortion. No success.
No, miss her appointment.
So she goes home and sleeps it off. And while she's snoring her little head off, Jean's kind of sneaking around her like she does a kind of SAS style. Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, they didn't want to wake in that house.
Yeah, and sees a photo drop out from underneath a pillow, and the photo is of Kat and
her kids, isn't it?
And her kids.
So she irons it.
So she irons it.
I didn't know you could iron photos, old photos like that.
Yeah, well, I would have thought that it would do something with the chemicals, but clearly not.
Jean knows.
Good old Jean.
Clean slater.
She's the only one who bloody works.
Well-trained staff. So, yeah, she sort of is ironing that out and is thinking, oh, Kat needs to go see her kids now, I think.
Yes, because Kat sees her ironing the photo and she hands it to Kat, and Kat looks, you can see, physically upset that she's not, it's been like 2 months.
The death of Shakil has brought emotions forward for everyone.
Emotions are high anyway.
Everyone on the square.
Yeah, exactly.
He's touched everyone's lives, poor Shakil.
Stop saying he's touched people.
Emotionally.
Thank you.
So Jean sort of gets it into her head, maybe if I buy her a ticket to Spain. She can spend some time with the kids.
A cheap ticket.
And work things out with Alfie.
So she asks Mo and Stacey for a little bit of money. Mo gives her like £17 in change.
60p.
Yeah, in like coppers and 5 and 10 pences.
Stacey just didn't give her any.
Stacey's like,
mouths off to her.
I've got no money, and any money I do have, I need. So go away.
Yeah, mum.
yeah, exactly. Even though her mum bailed them out.
Yeah, for £5,000.
Yeah. Oh no, Stacey's not willing to reciprocate the.
But they have a change of heart, and Big Mo gives her some brown boxes with some shampoo.
Shampoo, but it's in Arabic.
Yeah,
but
it smells lovely.
It smells lovely, and you know what? Jean beavers away and starts selling off this product.
That's the Robbie scene of the week.
Oh,
he sells
yeah.
some to Robbie because
sells
he's covering
3 to
Donna's
Robbie.
stall for some reason.
Yeah, while still sweeping the market. It's just ridiculous. And she's going around the houses and selling them quite well. You know, Big Mo says, I knew we should have kept them for ourselves. And Stacey kind of gives the roll of the eyes. I mean, Stacey became a bit of a extra this week, didn't she? She didn't really say much.
She wasn't.
Expressed.
She was just there.
Yeah, well, she did express disdain like only Stacey can. For
She's
rolling
got
her
a
eyes.
storyline next week, which I've looked at.
Oh, yes, you have
It's not
mentioned it to me.
Very thrilling.
It's a silly storyline. And a storyline I didn't
course.
even know existed until I
No.
read.
Can't wait.
Yay.
So she then goes into the Vic to try and sell some to Linda and Mick.
Mm.
And Cush and his brother are in there, aren't they?
Yes, and it's Cush's brother that spots the bottles and can read Arabic, and he says, "Oh, that's not shampoo." She's like, "Yes, it is. Smell it. It's lovely." And
it means quality shampoo. That's what she thinks it means.
yeah. Using her degree in Arabic.
Well, that's what Mo told her.
Other Latin.
And then he sort of tells her, "No, that's douching, like
douche gel or something."
For which they use in Arab.
And I mean, that's really blown Jean back a little bit, isn't it? Little Jean.
But when she like runs out quickly to Robbie's stall, I thought she was going to run out and be like, "Oh, I need them back," but she doesn't. She just sells them to it.
Yeah, she just wants the money, doesn't she?
Yeah, but I thought
she's a slater.
Yeah.
Deep down inside.
Deep down, there's a
Jean's a slater.
Jean.
She's a good slater.
Yeah.
She's one of the better slaters, but she's a slater.
She's not actually a slater.
Oh no, is she married into?
None of them are actual slaters. Mo Harris, Stacey is a fowler. Kat's a moon.
Oh yeah.
And I can't remember Jean's surname.
Stacey's a slater.
No, she's a fowler. Martin.
Oh yeah, now, but she married into a fowler.
No, none of them are actually slaters anymore.
I'll tell you what, that would have been a good game. That is. What's their now married names?
Maiden name.
Yeah, they're maiden. Yeah, Slater. So she's
made a bit of money anyway.
She's made enough money that she can buy the ticket for Kat. And prior to this, I should say, it was mentioned again, only briefly though, by Kat, because she felt like Jean was interfering with her life. She asked her, has Jean been in contact with her husband recently? So again, that's still simmering in the background. I really that's another thing. I can't wait to find out what's going on with that. I'm hoping that he's just going to turn up one day and they'll be there. Even if it's just like,
right, can we sort this out?
Yeah, even if it's just like
you stole 5,000 from me, Jean, or something like that. It'll be just when they raise the money to give to Jean back. He'll turn up and be like, "That's my 5,000 you took."
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Might be something like that.
So she didn't. It wasn't money that she had saved. It's money that she took from the. Although you think he'd be there by now. But anyway, yes, that's a good theory. I like it. Let's keep
Stick with that.
Stick a pin in that. Put it in the board. We'll come back to that later.
So we've got the plane ticket now, and now Hayley's back again.
Yeah, Hayley's back again. I think she feels a little bit jealous because she's not the centre of attention, and she feels like she should be, and so starts playing a bit of a war of words with Kat again, and threatens Kat while Kat's like getting herself ready to go to Spain by saying, I'm going to tell everyone exactly what happened in Spain. So it concretes the what she had said to Alfie was true, that Kat was with Dimitri the day that Bert or Ernie got burnt with the saucepan of water.
And Kat goes, "Go on then." She calls.
Yeah, well, she calls her bluff, doesn't she?
Stacey, can you come down?
Stacey, Mo, Jean.
Stacey comes downstairs. She's like folding clothes.
Well, Stacey says, "I've got things to do," and it's like, "What? Flush the toilet, go into the kitchen and pour the kettle." It's like, what exactly do you have to do, Stacey?
Mo just walks off as well. Like she doesn't even bother listening. Because Hayley doesn't quite say it. And she just says. What does she say?
She says thank. No. She says thank you, guys.
And Mo just goes and walks off.
Yeah.
Like she wanted some juicy gossip, didn't she?
Mo don't give two hoots.
She didn't get it.
I mean, I've been really enjoying Mo's one-liners. Like I one day I'm going to put together a little package of like Mo's one-liners, like the year of the Mo. So Jean's quite excited that Kat's agreed to go to Spain, unbeknown to her.
We've got a Jean sausage surprise as well.
I was going to come to that. I was going to say, unbeknown to Jean, that Kat is actually going to Little Mo, so she's going to visit her sister, and not going to Spain at all. So the ticket was wasted. But
It's odd for them to say Little Mo. Normally they say they're visiting Lynn.
Lynn's the other one.
But normally it's always Lynn.
I see.
It's always Lynn they go to, but not Little Mo. So that's why have they chosen Little Mo?
Well, maybe I think again.
Are they bringing her back into our conscience?
I think Little Mo, or the actress who plays Little Mo, could be reintroduced into the soap, whilst Lynn
exactly
couldn't.
So are they doing it because they want Little Mo back now?
Yeah, I'd love Little
for Christmas.
I'd love full Slater. I'd love a full Slater house. That'd be fantastic. They go to the memorial because Jean tells them to, and as you say, Jean said that she would make a little surprise with the sausages.
Yeah, she said it the other way around.
Yeah, her sausage surprise. I wish they'd post what the recipe for sausage surprise was on the Eastenders website.
A Walford cookbook.
Oh, that just sells itself. I mean, if
a Dot's Bloody Mary.
No, yeah.
Breakfast.
Sonia's cottage pie.
Yeah. Thingy's samosas. Bill's fish and chips.
Oh my God! Yes, Kathy's toasted cheese sandwiches. Or
Kathy's cup of tea.
Croque Monsieur. Kathy's Croque Monsieur.
Yeah, there's loads of
cup
things.
of tea. Yeah, how to make a proper cup of tea.
Ingrid used to make things for breakfast.
She
can't remember
Swedish
what now.
meatballs or whatever it was she used to make. Okay,
have to make one.
Jack's.
Or email BBC.
What could Jack's fish fingers. Jack's fish fingers and chips. Right, so there we go. So an EastEnders cookbook is on the cards.
So Hayley and Kat have a little chat outside before she gets in a taxi, doesn't she?
Yes.
She's not a real Slater because she couldn't blab to everyone.
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, to go through with her threat.
I was expecting when her and Kat were out on the street, like opposite each other, I was half expecting Stacey to be like something to be said, like in relation to, when she says, "I ain't your mother, yes I am." I thought they were going to have something like, "Well, you're not a mum," or something, and Hayley was going to shout out, "Yes I am," and reveal that she was pregnant or something. I was like, "Oh, are they going to do something like a little like nod to it?" But they didn't.
We'll find out tonight if that's the greatest scene ever.
It should be
recorded.
It's one of the best scenes.
We'll have to talk about that next week as well.
Yeah, Soap Awards.
And
Kat, they have a little chat, and then Kat texts her and says, "You're all right, actually, Hayley Slater."
Well, she said, "Why do you want people to hate you? Why are you always actively trying to make people not like you when you're actually not a bad person?" And she actually did say to her also, "You would make a really good mum." And yeah, so then text her later saying, "You're all right." You'll
but
do.
she called her Hayley Slater,
yeah.
So she is a Slater.
And I was very impressed that Kat used the proper "your."
Yeah.
YOU''RE.
Very clever.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I don't want to sound horrible to Kat, but I think she would have been one of those who wouldn't have used the proper "your."
No.
Her Facebook page would be riddled with spelling mistakes. Let's just say no more.
And Hayley then phones the clinic and cancels her new appointment and says, "I want to keep the baby."
She's keeping the baby.
I want to keep the baby. And she gets her Friday Duff.
She got her very first Duff.
Yeah, and a Friday.
Good for her.
So yeah, Hayley's got the Duff, so she's here to stay.
She's here for at least another 7 months. But is she going to hide the baby from Kat? Is she going to continue wrapping her stomach tight so it doesn't look like...
She can't for too much longer.
Well, she could if she wore certain
really
clothing. Although she only has
needs
one
to
pair
stop
of
drinking
clothes.
as well.
Well, she needs to stop drinking, definitely. But also she needs to start buying her own clothes because I don't remember her arriving with any suitcase of clothes.
No, those same joggers are on still.
Same knickers and socks. They must be like cardboard. Jean must have a hell of a time ironing those. So there we go. So that was the week.
Us up.
That was the week.
We watched all those episodes in one go. So if we missed bits or something, it might be a bit frazzled. But we'll be back to normal next week.
Yes,
for a full show.
We'll watch it in actual order instead of in one go.
Yeah.
But actually, I must say, this week was really good. Last week and this week was 2 really good weeks. So hooray
Very
for
good.
us.
Good acting all round. Ready for the Soap Awards. We have our fingers crossed for EastEnders.
Yes,
but I think next Soap Awards is the time to shine.
Yes, absolutely. Give them a year. They've got 12 months now to get it right. I'm sorry, I've just opened up Twitter just because we're going to do the poll of the week in a second. And the first thing that came up on the stream was Tony Clay retweeting something Donald Trump has written, saying it was great to meet Kim Kardashian today. And Tony Clay, halfway, has written, "The world is a very strange place at the moment."
Danny Boy also retweeted that and said, "What a joke." He played Lee Lee Carter. So he doesn't like Donald Trump either. Maybe Lee and Halfway are the same person.
What, reskinned?
Well, they're the same character.
He left for 2, but then there wouldn't be that history with him and Mick, would
Yeah,
there?
I know.
Okay.
So we have the poll of the week.
Poll of the week, yes.
I wrote this on holiday.
You did.
On the balcony.
With a cocktail. With a bottle of vodka. And some shot glasses.
So what was it and what are the results?
Well, so the wonderfully thought out poll of the week that you wrote this week was who's most to blame for Kat and Alfie's breakup? And the 3 options were Alfie, Kat, Hayley, or Dimitri. We've had a really good response for this week, and there was never really any doubt of the leader because it kind of started straight from the gates opening. But let's just go through it reverse. So Dimitri is not to blame, according to you guys out there. 7%. Alfie is not to blame. 15%.
So not the men.
Yeah, I know. It's so typical, isn't it? The men are never to blame.
Right.
Hayley or Kat, who do you think people think is the biggest reason for why?
Kat, because it's her fault.
She burnt children with a kettle.
She burnt someone and slept with someone.
And slept with someone at the same time. Double whammy. Well, you're quite right. Just over half. 51% said Kat was to blame for her and Alfie's breakup. There's
a Jessie Wallace fan who retweeted that tweet, and she doesn't want anyone to vote for Kat. So a lot of people are in trouble now.
Let me just say what she wrote in the retweet. She said, "If you vote for Kat, you can fight me." So thank you for that, by the way, at Jessie W fan. That's a fantastic
she's a big
tweet.
Jessie Wallace fan.
Yeah, and we're a big fan of hers. So Hayley's not to blame either. So I mean, Kat ran away with it, like I say, 51%. I'm inclined to agree with that. I think Kat made biggest mistake was sleeping with Dimitri and then continuing to sleep with Dimitri, even though she told Alfie she wasn't.
Kettle was boiling.
Whilst boiling a kettle.
Very dangerous.
In front of the children.
Was she planning to have a cup of tea afterwards quickly? So she put the kettle on before.
Or use the steam to get the flush out of her. So there we go. Thank you, as always, thank you ever so much for joining in with our poll of the week. We love it when you join in. And you can always find our poll of the week. And it's posted every Sunday at the same time as a new episode of Eastenders Weekly. You can tweet us at Eastenders Week. Instagram is at Eastenders Weekly. You can email us, eastendersweekly@gmail.com. Send us your comments. And we live tweet every episode of EastEnders on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and a Friday.
Yes, when we can. When we're not too engrossed in the episode,
or on holiday.
2 weeks.
Yes.
So there you have it. And I thought I put my phone on airplane mode, but I just got a text come through.
Oh, hang on.
I haven't got it saved. It says, I know what you did on holiday. The theme to EastEnders Weekly was written and composed by Klaxon. He can be found on SoundCloud under KLAXUN. Thank you all for listening, and if you'd like to subscribe and leave a review, it would mean so much to us, as it really helps the word get out that we're around. If you have any topics or discussion you want us to talk about, you can email us at eastendersweekly@gmail.com or send us a tweet at EastendersWeek. We do live tweeting to every episode of EastEnders, so make sure you follow. See you soon.